So at Peggy's Cove for a sunrise shoot. It's another crisp morning, minus 16. It's not as windy, but on the coast it's there, but I'm dressed better for it. And yeah, we'll see. Still about 20 minutes, maybe 30 minutes before the sun comes up over the horizon. For the most part, it's clear. We got some clouds behind me. That's kind of why I picked this morning. At least have some color in with clouds, but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. Ice pool here to get the reflection, and I'm also using the outline of the pool to kind of get me my own vignette. Then wait for some color. It's about 20-second exposure at f11 just due to the lack of light, and then there is a little bit of water in here. I'm not really worried about it whether it's flat or not, but I do want a long exposure, the whole kind of framing across here. I'll move on for that. Get this one in the bag. I'm going to focus stack it just to get this the bottom portion here in focus as well.
I would move up and take 2 long exposures. The second and longest was 3 minutes, taken during the peak colors. It's unfortunate that winter sunrises are so short, with the sun quickly moving above the horizon.
some nice color. I still haven't really moved. Got a couple long exposures, and then there's some nice color. Sorry, on this side, so I'm gonna go on the other side and get some shots at that angle and collect my time lapse that I had running. So that morning light faded pretty quick, but we got this S leading into our lighthouse, and framing that up. I got one with the light before it faded, and then now I'm waiting for it to get a little bit brighter so I can put my 15 stop on and not have a 10-minute exposure. These clouds aren't moving very fast, so I just took a 1.5 minute, and like they're blurred out but not what I want. So I'm gonna try to get even more ethereal with the streaking. So we'll wait a little bit so I can not sit here for 10 minutes while it does its thing. Plus the conditions would change on it anyway and probably overexpose it. But we're gonna use that S curve as a leading line into the light. So 15-second exposure, 2 minutes 40 seconds. We'll start the timer and check back in.
I cropped the first image, the one just shy of 3 minutes, to avoid clutter in the foreground, the grass tufts. On another short exposure, I would use creative liberties to remove the clutter for a 3:2 crop.
So I'm on the point now looking back towards the village. I'm just waiting for the sun to kind of come out of these clouds here. And then I'm going to put my 20mm prime on that has that nice starburst. And I'll be able to position myself here, either move up or down, depending, to get that burst kind of right in that little corner. At least that's the game plan. So the sun's just about to come out through the clouds, and we got this nice clean area here. So we'll frame it, we'll kind of get the starburst in the middle, move around, and hopefully it pops out soon. that shot. It's a high dynamic range shot with obviously looking straight into the sun, and then what you have below in the foreground, or at least in my case, is in the shadows. So, but my battery light came on for my first battery, so I'm not gonna block that guy's shot. Yeah, so I'm gonna head down to the village to try to take a long exposure. I'm gonna save my second battery for a spot on the way home that I want to try. But for the most part, I had this place to myself. There's another photographer set out there, but yeah, I think I saw 4 people total. So sunrises are way better than sunsets, especially at iconic spots like this. So we'll push on to the village. So the forecast said that it was going to be mostly clear and then lead into some clouds during the sunrise. And we definitely got the clouds now. They're just slow moving ones though, unfortunately, so they're not ideal for long exposures, which is what I like to shoot. But we're gonna walk down to the village here. Just moved to the upper parking lot because it's a little bit closer. So when I came in, I could see some of the ice textures in the water here. So I really don't have a good shot of the village yet. So I'm gonna try to remedy that today. All these chunks of ice are free floating, so they're kind of moving around in the water, so long exposure is not going to work here. And I think those ripples out here are pretty nice, so I don't know if I can get, whoa, there's a bridge here, it'll take me down, but that's not going to get me view of the ice. I don't know what's over here though. So I think I'm just going to shoot from this little perch here. And I think there's a horizon out here that I think if I get a little bit lower, eliminated a little distraction, I'll kind of just shoot right in here.
There really wasn't much interest in the sky above the band. Also, what makes this nice is the ice. So I made that the dominant element of the image. There were some unattractive clumps of grass or seaweed within the ice. So I would work my scene around that as well as use content aware fill. I absolutely love both of these images with the ice from the village, and it's safe to say I remedied the fact that I don't have a nice image from here.
So on my way to Peggy's Cove, I passed through Tantallon, and in 2023, Tantallon had a wildfire that got out of control. It burned about I think it was 900 hectares of land and destroyed 150 homes. But as a result of that, there's an area right next to the road that it's all charred trees, so that you got no branches and stuff like that distracting. And then over time, the black charcoal or the charred trunks have started to peel, leaving some yellowish tones underneath. And what I want to do is take intentional camera movement where you're panning up, and I've done those before, and I think the black and that yellowy tones will go really well together. So I'm gonna find a spot where those are easily accessed from the road, and we'll check in there. So you can see what I mean with the lack of the leaves, but like in the roads just there, but we'll find a spot kind of like this. So 6 wasn't enough. I don't want to stop it down too much, because then like kind of shooting at f4, f8, that area kind of already helps isolate the background a little. So we'll go with 10 stop and see where that puts us. F4, 2.5 seconds. It's perfect. So I've never done this in the winter before, and the white on the snow, on the bottom is really bright. The thing, we do kind of have a little bit of balance because the sky is bright too, so you pan through. Again, I'm shooting a little further back than I want to. I'm going to move up forward, but it kind of gives a nice little balance in between the two. So again, slow pan, move up through. I put mine on a timer before I go, and then start moving while it's in the 2-second delay, and then I have a consistent speed when the trigger goes, or when the shutter goes. So I got more here that don't have the charred bark on them. So I'll kind of get tight into this little group in here. And then again, same thing, about 2.5 seconds or 3 seconds, and slowly pan up through. There's trial and error to this. You You need to shoot a few to kind of get that right flow. Well, that was a fun end to a nice sunrise shoot. I took two different styles there in tight with the sky and the foreground, the white snow. I think I prefer the ones that are in tighter. You can always let me know. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.